Welcome back, gentlemen. Another semen retention video update. Today is day 121 of my semen retention streak. Still going strong. If you enjoy these kind of videos, subscribe, follow along. Hopefully I have a little motivation or inspiration in here for you to use for your own journey. And drop me a comment. Where you at through your semen retention journey? How you doing? How you doing mentally, physically, spiritually, all this stuff. I decided today that I was going to do a dry fast. So it's actually getting close to midnight here. So I've technically just finished out my 121 days so far. Just finished out today. And I guess there's a couple things I could talk about here. But the first thing is I'm starting to get into this habit, this routine of using dry fasting as like my weekend thing. So last week, I think it was last week, almost the last 2 weeks, getting in the habit of doing just about 48 hours of dry fasts. So just not eating or drinking anything on Saturday and on Sunday, and then getting back to the week again on Monday through Friday, getting to eat again, right? Do all that stuff. So today, I'm a little, feel a little lower energy. I decided to take the day to do nothing. And I'm realizing I need to start doing that for myself on weekends, or at least one day a week, like literally just taking a day to do nothing. An actual Sabbath, whether it's Sunday or Saturday or whatever, but I have a history of just going and going and going and going and going till burnout, and just always working, always being on, and like never getting a full break. And today I'm like, screw it. There's nothing that I technically had to do. So I lounged around, slept in, meditated, and then basically just watched a ton of long YouTube videos that I was wanting to put some time into. Just podcasts and people who are talking about stuff that I'm geeking out over, that I am looking for more information on, whether it's like numerology or finance stuff or healing, deliverance, like different perspectives of healing the body that I'm used to. So I just took the day to chill and do that. And whenever I do these dry fasts, guys, there's, it's a little bit of a a roller coaster. Some days are like I'm just on a roll and the hunger doesn't bother me at all, and I just get so much stuff done. And then sometimes my body is like clearly working through some stuff and I'm exhausted. And this was one of those exhausted days. And I think the point of this video, maybe the title of this one, because I really don't have a title in mind right now, but maybe the point of this video, guys, is to remind you to just be kind to yourself on this journey, to take it easy when you need to take it easy. I'm not saying be kind to yourself and release, and that defeats the whole purpose of the streak. But I've come to the realization that, again, I have the tendency to just push myself really far, push myself to burnout, and that it doesn't do me any good when I get there, because then I have to exhaustively, collapse in exhaustion and give myself a break then. And I'm trying to start to maybe build a habit, a routine of getting ahead of it so I don't have to hit that point. So that's what this weekend is for me. Side note, last night, man, some steamy dreams again, like this morning, like totally could have released, totally could have. But it is interesting, like even when I'm turned on or like bricked up and like having those dreams and having memories of other women pop back into my mind, and like that was like my last night, and today was like horny AF. And it's still funny of like how I swear I've just made an intention so clear that it would take a lot like it would take an actual woman in my bed to get me to release at this point. And I guess that's a good thing. It's like it's almost like last night I just trusted myself more to enjoy the dreams a little bit, because I knew that I wouldn't release. Like I just knew. I was like, there's no chance that I'm gonna release. So I might as well lean into the dreams and just enjoy them a little bit. And I don't know if you guys have realized this, but dreams are so real, so vivid, so clear when you are on SR. Like it is so real. It's just as real as real life. Which is why I think I was like, I got nothing to do today. I'll sleep in. I'll enjoy the dreams a little bit. But again, I felt safe and confident to do that because I'm telling you, I've just been so intentionally clear on why I'm doing this and making my intention so clear that I have zero desire to release till I'm, I would say till I'm with a woman again at some point. That makes sense. But again, my whole goal this year is just to go all in on me and see how long I can do this for. It's like I just broke 120 days. Today was 121. Awesome. My next goal, let's hit 150. That'd be cool. Take it month by month. But my real goal is, what's it look like to go a year on this? Hold all this energy in. And like I was saying on other videos, guys, I'm realizing that the longer the streak gets, the more it's internal work. The more it's moving through thoughts and feelings and emotions and blocks and stuff like that, and letting my nervous system rewire itself and letting all this stuff happen that's kind of exhausting, and it's not fun or exciting to talk about, and probably doesn't get the clicks, the clickbait that everybody wants to click on, right? But it's the real work. This is the real stuff. And it's kind of been one of those days, this dry fasting, guys, also tends to allow you to work through stuff and bring stuff up. So I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm already on a crazy long streak of semen retention, which automatically also does that. So when you start to combine these two things together, it's wildly powerful. It's wildly effective in working stuff out, but it's also like, it's a lot. It's draining. It's forcing you to move through the stuff that you need to move through yet and face it head on and confront it. And it's not pleasant. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. If you want to get to the next level of yourself, that next version that, again, is in a whole new place in life, that isn't you know, where you currently are today, well, that version, guys, that next level, that next step up, that next version of your higher self that you can become, 10, as I was saying that, he doesn't have the same blocks. He's not carrying the same baggage. He doesn't have the same, you name it, all this internal stuff. He's got less of a dopamine addiction, right? His nervous system is stronger. It can hold more energy. All of this stuff. And if you want to get there, if you want to get to that version of you and have that reality, you have to become that version, which means doing the uncomfortable work, doing the hard stuff. And I swear to God, guys, these semen retention streaks come down to basically how much pressure, how much internal pressure can you handle? How long can you sit in the pressure cooker with these internal emotions and everything coming up without needing to escape, 11, and needing to escape and run away and numb yourself because you don't want to deal with it? I'm convinced that's the secret. It is a game of tension, a game of pressure. And you have to decide how far you want to take it, how far you want to go. It's literally just a game of pressure. All of those emotions, all of those things you've pushed down and numbed down, and those limiting beliefs that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, all these people that did this to me, this, like your whole life, guys, all this stuff, the body keeps the score. It's stored somewhere inside of you. You have to release it. You have to work through this. This is part of the evolution, the journey of life. Semen retention will naturally do that for you. And then you combine it with dry fasting, no food, no water. And those two things combined, I'm telling you, they are a lethal combo. Lethal combo. If you are looking to level up internally, cleanse your vessel, cleanse your body, 100%. I'm still like prepping when I'm going to give a 7-day dry fast an attempt again. Because man, they are, it's a lot. It's a lot. They're exhausting. It's a commitment. I made it 5 days already on one. 5 full days, 120 hours, I think that is. No food, no water. And I'm telling you, it absolutely benefited my body. And I can just tell there's a few more that I need to do yet. So right now I'm just, until I really figure out when it's going to be the right time to make an attempt at a 7-day, I am just going to keep doing these, I think probably just these 2-day weekend dry fasts going forward. But it's kind of nice. It's, you know, guys, even if you look at a lot of religions and healthier cultures, fasting is something that's built in. It's like built into the routine, whether it's weekly or monthly or, you know, special occasions or something like that. But it's like, it's built in to the culture, the belief system, whatever, and people just do it. And I would highly encourage you to get in that habit, even if it's just 1 day, even if you start with water fasting first before you get into dry fasting, because this is definitely a higher difficulty level than that. Or even if you start with juice fasting like I did, then work your way to water fasting, then work your way to dry fasting. I would highly encourage you to do it because, again, these bodies of ours, guys, yes, they're physical vessels, but they're also, we have mental and emotional bodies, and like there are all these different versions of us that from a 3D perspective, we might not be fully aware of, but they all work together. And as we clean out our vessel, 15, 15. I don't know why I keep seeing these 10, 10s, 11, 11s, 15, 15s. Interesting. As we continue to clean out these vessels, guys, we become more in touch with our higher selves. We're able to communicate better with God, with creation, with our Creator. It's like we get a better Wi-Fi signal. That's what I'm experiencing, at least. I'm just able to tap in a little bit more, be more aware of what's going on, where I'm at, what I need to be doing, need to be implementing, how I could be showing up better, or like what the next right step is for me. And yeah, I would encourage you guys to give it a shot too, because again, it's like, man, when our physical vessels get cleaned out, and then we can start tapping in more spiritually, and then we can start to combine those two things, and we can still hold this semen retention, and that is naturally raising our frequency, and pretty soon the emotions start following suit, right? And our organs, you know, if you're not aware, it's like every organ holds different emotions and stuff, and maybe our liver finally gets a chance to now start to release some of the impacts from unforgiveness or anger or stuff like that, and the lungs finally have a chance to start releasing the grief and the sadness that they've dealt with, because that's what those handle. I would highly encourage you to also go look at just that, like go look up the organs of the body and the emotions that each one holds onto and processes. And if you are going through any dis-ease or anything in the body, look at the corresponding organ and figure out what emotions are tied to it. And you're like, okay, do I need to deal with that? Is that something I need to work on that I can do better with? Right? Releasing those emotions, feeling those emotions again. And if you do figure out that that's something you probably need to do, well, guess what? Semen retention will help you get there, obviously, but dry fasting. Dry fasting will help speed up that process. And again, probably just fasting in general, but read the book, The Phoenix Protocol. It's all about dry fasting, all about the biological benefits. Kind of a sciencey book, but man, it's like 1818. I just keep seeing this whole video. That is interesting. What does it mean? I don't know. But it's basically, guys, it's a book that for men, it's very logical. It breaks down the science of what you're doing. And like on day 1, this is what happens in the body. On day 2, this is what happens in the body. On day 3, this is what happens. And it does that all the way up to like 7, 10, 12 days, however long you're going to go. And yeah, it's been a really big breakthrough for me. But again, it's not pleasant to go through. So like making videos during dry fasts, they might not be as exciting. They might not be as clickbaity or high energy or any like big insights or wisdom or anything like that. But I am going to keep making these videos just to show you guys where I'm at. You know, I wish I really had known about this dry fasting 15 years ago. You know, semen retention 15 years ago. But people weren't talking about it. It wasn't the thing. And maybe there's a lesson in that too, that emotion of like, I wish this could have happened. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice if I would have known about this? Who could I have helped with this information, you know? But maybe the lesson there, guys, is give yourself grace. You know, give yourself love, send yourself love, send the past version of you love, send the future version of you love, because we're all existing at the same time, right? Time isn't linear like we think it is. And just be grateful for the fact that you found this information when you did. You know, it's easy to think, fuck, man. This took me what? Like 30 years to discover dry fasting? When there's other cultures in the world where like kids are born into this knowledge, born into this information, even like semen retention, stuff like this. It's like, F, man. That kind of pisses me off. But then there's another side of me that's like, damn, well, I'm just grateful I found it now. And okay, here it is again, 21-21. Guys, this is a weird video. I'm not sure why it keeps 10-10, 11-11, 15-15, 21-21. I don't know what any of this is or if that's for any of you, but hey, maybe that means something to somebody. But I'm just trying to find gratitude and be grateful for the fact that I found this information when I did, and at least it didn't take me 60 years or 70 years or 80 years to find this information. You know, but at that time, what do they say? Your old dogs don't like new tricks. It's like, at that point, it's so much more difficult to convince somebody to do something drastic in their life like this. So, hey, the fact that I was able to get to do this now and build from this now and change when it absolutely isn't too late, that's something to celebrate. That's something to be grateful for. And maybe there's some of you out there that can resonate with that. And, you know, might need to refocus more on the gratitude for the fact that, wow, at least I found this journey. Even if it's difficult, even if I'm not able to keep a long streak going, well, at least I'm aware of this journey now. At least I'm aware of the benefit, the power that I can like come back to and keep coming back to and utilize in my life. At least you have this information. Yeah, maybe that's the point of this video. Maybe that's the title, is it's like, I'm just grateful I got here, and what it's going to keep doing in my life, who knows? 23. Dude, guys, this is really weird. You're watching me as I'm making this video. I'm like looking all over the place. I'm looking down. I'm not keeping track of the time at all. And that's like the fifth one. 10-10, 11-11, 15-15, 18-18, 21-21, 23-23. Freaking weird, man. Normally I'm out here seeing like 11-11, 1-1-1s, like 3-3, stuff like that. This is different. I've never had this happen before. So hopefully that means something to one of you, because otherwise it's going to be weird that I keep calling it out. But maybe that is the whole point, guys. Just gratitude for the fact that we found this journey. We found this journey while we could still use it to make an impact in our lives. And we can still act on it. And we found it in a timeline, guys, where most men do not find this information. Most men do not make it here. Most men are not willing to even consider the idea of what? Holding my nuts? Why would I do that? What's the point of that? What, you know? Most men have zero desire to put in the hard work and level up internally and externally and physically and all this stuff at once because it's so uncomfortable, and, you know, culture has weakened men so much. It's the whole thing about strong men make good times. Good times. Wait, what is it? I've said it like a bunch of times in all these videos. Good times make weak men make hard times make strong men make good times, and it repeats. And we are absolutely like in this period of weak men make hard times make strong men. We're like in there right now. And if you have stumbled upon this concept and are following along and doing this SR journey, then guess what? You are probably in the strong men category. Hard times make strong men. So at least take heart knowing the fact that you are becoming strong. You're becoming a better version of yourself. You're taking a right turn when 99% of the crowd is going left. And if nothing else, pat yourself on the back for that. Because this semen retention journey, guys, like, there does come a point where there doesn't feel like as many things to celebrate, right? It doesn't feel like as many physical things to celebrate. It just becomes a way of life. It just becomes a new version of you. And, you know, sometimes you just got to remember to pat yourself on the back of like, bro, I'm really doing this. When most men won't, I'm really out here doing this, you know, pat yourself on the back. And for me, this comes up when I'm overlapping SR with dry fasting, because it really starts to just like put you in your feels. And yeah, 27. I don't know what's happening here. Weird. Yeah, I just pat myself on the back and like, bro, I'm doing a hard thing that I might not be able to see the ramifications of this now. It might not seem significant right now, but these choices that I'm making, they are creating ripples in life. And I'm just holding to that. I'm like, this decision to keep going, you know, as in the last day, like definitely getting more urges, definitely horny, like definitely feeling it. But I press on and hold it, and then I add a hard thing on, like dry fasting. It's like these are the things that they're creating ripples, and these are the things that nobody necessarily is going to get to see. You guys get to see them because I've chosen to make YouTube videos about this whole journey and document it. But this is the whole concept of, guys, like an artist spends 10 years working on their craft, and then they're an overnight success one day because everything just happens and pops off and they get a hit. But nobody sees the 10 freaking years prior that led them to that turned them into the version of the person capable then of that one explosive thing that shoots them into fandom. There is this concept of, you know, in investments, especially in the tech side of things, slowly then all at once. Especially AI is a great example of that. Slowly, this thing is like being worked on for years and years and years. It's not great, it's not great, and it's not great. And it's slowly getting better and better and better. And then one day, all at once, the breakthrough happens. The explosive hockey stick vertical, wow, like the artist having that one overnight song that hits and changes their whole career. Wow, you know, slowly than all at once. And that, to me, is what semen retention and this whole journey of leveling up as a man and doing these hard things and doing these fasts and everything, that to me is what this is becoming. I'm just figuring this out as I'm talking to you guys. This is actually a great analogy that I needed to hear, but I mean, really, it's more. These are more for me than for you guys. Hopefully, you get something out of it too. But yeah, slowly then all at once, guys. Slowly, we are working our tails off, doing the hard shit on this SR journey, holding this energy, letting it change us internally, putting us through the hard, uncomfortable stuff. It just feels like a slow journey, slow process, whatever. But I'm telling you, there is going to come the day where all of a sudden it's slowly and then it's all at once. The hockey stick moment, the breakthrough moment that you've been waiting for, that you've been dreaming about, that you've been salivating over. It will inevitably come because you're becoming a version of you that is capable of handling that and worthy of that, right? It's kind of like how when somebody goes and wins the lottery and they have 31. They have zero history with managing money. They can't handle the energy. They literally, it happened too quickly. There was no slowly for them, right? Slowly, building the skills and being able to hold that amount of energy. They skipped that phase. They just jumped to the all at once, the quickly, the hockey stick. Whoa. And what do we find out? Most of them spend all the money and go broke, give it away, because their nervous systems aren't wired to be able to hold that amount of energy, that amount of kinetic energy, that power. And at least with semen retention, guys, at least with this journey, we are rewiring ourselves and we keep leveling up every step of the way to the point where when we do get the hockey stick moment, when we do 32, when we do get the hockey stick moment, when we do finally get the quickly, the all at once after this slowly process, at least we will finally be a version of ourselves that are capable of holding that and embodying that. And we don't have to crumble and give it away because we can't handle the energy. Whatever that looks like for you, name it. If it's that relationship with that super high value woman, well, guess what? At least now your nervous system is going to be so strong and you're going to be so grounded and your mind's going to be so rewired, free of dopamine, addiction and needing constant validation from women and all the stuff. At least you're going to finally be a version that can hold the thing and you won't lose it immediately. And by the way, I did see 33 again. I'm just, it feels like it's starting to get annoying. I know. This is a weird video, guys. You've seen me call out numbers in the past, but I've never seen all these doubles like this before. It's very, very strange. I'm just trying to talk, and it just keeps popping up. Yeah. So maybe, guys, if you need a little hope, you need a little excitement or motivation, a thing to look forward to. At least keep in mind, be grateful for the fact that you're in the slowly phase, but it's just a little step up every time before we get to this point where it's holy crap, I don't even recognize this version of me that I am anymore. This explosive change. You'll be able to handle it. You'll be able to be a man worthy of that thing, worthy of holding on to it. as opposed to the man that just shortcutted everybody and got the thing and then lost everything because he didn't put in the hard work to become the version that was actually worthy long term, actually capable of holding on to that thing long term. Yeah. I've been talking with ChatGPT about my whole like life path 9 journey and everything that entails, and just like starting to strategize with, okay, how do I prepare? How do I prepare myself for greatness? How do I prepare myself for these next steps up and everything? And to give you an example, like a Justin Bieber is a life path 9, an Ariana Grande is a life path 9, a Gandhi is a life path 9. And something that discussion was yielding for me was this reminder of, I'm actually in the process, guys, of laying out a very firm foundation, a very firm floor to build on before that next hockey stick moment in my life happens with, all the stuff, everything that I've named up to this point. You name it. Career, women, purpose, attention, fame, whatever it is. It's like I'm still in this identity building phase where I'm really starting to confidently become the version of me that is unapologetically me, that is a version of me that stands for X, Y, Z. Here's my take on life, take it or leave it, right? Getting out of that people-pleasing mindset and like, oh, what are people going to think? It's just like, hey, here I am. Yes or no. You like me or not. Take it or leave it. Doesn't bother me. Here's what I stand for. Here's what I will not put up with. Right? Becoming that identity, building that identity. And it was, ChatGPT was reminding me of this idea of like, hey, be grateful for this, because when the stuff does happen, you can handle the fame, you can handle the attention, the success a million times better than the version of you that didn't have your identity locked in, that didn't have a foundation laid, and you crumble. And so from that perspective, I can approach it with gratitude that I've had to go through so much stuff early on in life to get here. Maybe before these really, really, really big opportunities and big breaks and everything start to happen in my life. I'm finally a version that can handle that hockey stick moment, right? Finally a version that can sit with the pressure and the tension of the slowly aspect, but is also then, because of all of that, somebody strong enough to actually hold all that power and all that energy of the all at once moment. Is that resonating with you guys? Does that make sense? My hope is that's encouragement for you as well, that you can relate to that, hey, maybe this journey feels a little hellish at points. This semen retention journey and all this stuff that you're doing to level up and become, and you're not seeing immediate results in your life. It's like, is it doing anything? Is it not doing anything? This isolation, this period of time you're spending on your own. But hopefully, this reminds you that it is worth it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is that hockey stick moment approaching, but are you the version of you yet that can handle it? And if you're not, well, thank God that there is this long runway leading up to it, so that by the time it happens, you can truly capitalize on it and milk it for everything that it's worth. Who would have thought? Finally got not finally, but hey, I got a good message out of this one. I had no idea what I was going to come on here and talk about, but look at that. There was a nugget in here after all. Slowly, then all at once. It's going to work out for you guys. You have a dream because you're meant to achieve the dream. What you desire desires you back. That's one of my favorite sayings in life. The things that you desire to do, experience, have, whatever, they all desire you back. You have those desires for a literal reason in this lifetime. You have something to accomplish. Your purpose is tied to it. You wouldn't have that if it wasn't meant for you. So as you're doing this journey, just keep that in mind. Wow, this version of me, all this stuff that I desire to be in this version of me, it is coming. Hey, maybe the timeline doesn't quite happen the way that you would have hoped or you expected. And maybe you might feel behind, like I sometimes do as well. You know, looking at all the other people that have hit that level before, like much earlier in life, and they didn't have to go through as much struggle or whatever. But keep in mind, guys, these struggles and these hard things are building the character that makes you unreplicatable, unduplicatable. You can't be copied. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't be copied, guys, because for you to copy me, you would have had to go spend the last 15 years going through a lot of hell that most people wouldn't get through. Nobody would choose it. And everybody has their own version of that, okay? Everybody's got their own version of that. But I know for a fact nobody would want to go choose to try to copy me. To become this version of me, you have to go through all of that shit. Ain't gonna happen. I'm a one of one now. Same with you. Because of everything that you've had to go through, that slowly, that long runway, that valley before the mountaintop, that has literally programmed you, made you into a one of one that cannot be copied. And you get to bring that to the world. You just have to shift your perspective a little bit and find a little bit more gratitude. And again, guys, this message is for me because guess what? Today was a tough day. Detoxing, taking it easy, like kind of wanting to just lay around and sleep a little, pretty much all day. As my body works through stuff. These are the days where you just need to be locked in with this idea of, man, it's worth it. I know it's worth it. I'm going to speak life over my life. I'm going to speak that it is worth it, that it's all working out over myself because words are powerful, right? They go out before us and they bring us back what we wanted to call in. And just keep that mindset. When there are low days, when there are hard days, when you're wanting to give into this energy and release it and start over and you're, all this stuff, just keep in mind, I'm on a runway. I'm on a long runway. Semen retention isn't immediate. I'm on a long runway. 43. But by the time I'm ready to take off, I will finally be at the speed required to actually have a successful flight. Maybe that's another good analogy, right? We are all in our own planes right now, guys, taking off on this semen retention runway, and it's different for everybody. Everybody's got a different amount of energy in their energy bucket, different amount of holes that are leaking and everything that you got to plug and figure out. But eventually you have to get to the speed required to take off. And that's where life gets really fun and things begin to change. And then you can look back and say, damn, I was that guy. I was that mother effer that put in the hard work. And now I can actually appreciate where I'm at and all this stuff that I've gotten. It's like the same concept for me being able to look back where my business was 5 years ago when I started it from my childhood bedroom, living with my parents, rock bottom, nothing was working, but I had an idea, I had a dream, I had a vision, and me and my business partner, we both started from there and built, and now it's turned into something really, really cool. And I can appreciate it more. Now I don't take it for granted. I can be like, wow, that cost me something. That cost an investment, an energy investment, a mental investment, a focus investment, all this stuff. But now I know that I'm worthy of this stage of the game. You know, I'm worthy of it. I paid my dues, you know? You're paying your dues right now with this semen retention journey. It only gets better. It only gets better, but you have to be locked in and you have to know your why, and you have to tune out the haters and these idiots in the comments that think they can sway you, okay? Just don't settle for less than what you truly desire. Why would you, right? If you made it this far, guys, thank you for watching. I'm grateful for you all. Type this phrase in the comment section, slowly, then all at once. I think that's the point of this video. If you made it to the end here, drop that in the comments so I know you're a real one. You made it all the way. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I would encourage you to subscribe, follow along. I basically put out one of these videos every single day. You can track my whole journey from basically day 26 on this SR journey all the way to 121 days now. And I'm gonna keep showing up and telling you guys what I'm working through and just doing my best to be authentic and real and transparent, and hopefully give you guys a reason to keep pushing forward, keep leveling up. Drop me a comment where you're at, if you resonated with any of this, if this is good. Give the video a like. And I will see you on the next one. Peace, love, and abundance. Bye, guys.